Foreign corporation. A foreign corporation is a corporation established and incorporated following foreign law. Any foreign corporation lawfully doing business in the Philippines shall be bound by all laws, rules, and regulations applicable to domestic corporations, except those in relation to the creation, formation, or organization, or dissolution of the said corporation. Also, the fixing of relations, liabilities, responsibilities, or duties of stockholders, members, or officers of corporations to each other or to the said foreign corporation. It must be stressed that foreign corporations authorized to do business in the Philippines under a license upon effectivity of RA 11232 shall continue to have such authority under the terms of its license. What constitutes doing business? This is with reference to Republic Act 7042, the Foreign Investment Act of 1991. The law enumerated those transactions that can consider a corporation doing business or not doing business in the Philippines. What are those transactions or acts that constitute doing business in the Philippines? Number 1, soliciting orders. 2, service contracts. 3, opening offices, whether called liaison offices or branches. 4, appointing representatives or distributors domiciled in the Philippines or who in any calendar year stay in the Philippines for a period totaling 180 days or more. 5, participating in the management, supervision, or control of any domestic business in the Philippines. Or number 6, any other acts that imply continuity of commercial dealings. However, we should also qualify because there are acts or transactions that do not constitute doing business in the Philippines. Like number 1, mere investment as shareholder in a domestic corporation. 2, having nominee director or officer in a domestic corporation. 3, appointing a representative or distributor domiciled in the Philippines, which transacts business in its own name and for its own account. 4, publication of general advertisement through any print or broadcast media. 5, maintaining stock of goods in the Philippines solely for the purpose of having the same processed by another entity in the Philippines. 6, consignment by a foreign entity of equipment with a local company to be used in the processing of products for export. 7, collecting information in the Philippines. Or 8, performing services auxiliary to an existing isolated contract of sale not on a continuing basis. I would like to memorize those acts that constitute doing business as well as those acts not considered doing business in the Philippines. Question. In which of the following instances is a foreign corporation not engaged in business in the Philippines? How can we answer this question? With reference to RA 7042. Again, I repeat. Letter A, opening a liaison office in the Philippines is doing business. Letter B, participating in the management of a domestic corporation in the Philippines is doing business. Letter C, having a nominee director to represent its interest in a domestic corporation does not constitute doing business. Letter D, appointing a distributor who is domiciled in the Philippines is doing business. Our answer, letter C. Why is it important for us to know whether the foreign corporation is doing business or not in the Philippines. Let us discuss the effects of doing business with or without license. A foreign corporation may do or not do business in the Philippines. If the foreign corporation is doing business with a license, the effect is that it can sue and can be sued in our country. If the foreign corporation is doing business but without license, the effect is that it cannot sue but can be sued in our country. If the foreign corporation is not doing business, the license is immaterial. And the effect is that it can still sue and can be sued in the Philippines. Problem. Survivor Corporation is a US-based corporation engaged in business process outsourcing in the Philippines since 2018. However, the management of SC did not make an effort to register its business before the Securities and Exchange Commission. SC obtained a loan from Lucky Lou Inc. in the sum of 1 million pesos for purposes of its initial startup in Bonifacio Global City. However, due to COVID-19 pandemic and the subsequent shutdown of its operations, SC was not able to pay its debts. Lucky Lou Inc. instituted an action before the court of Taguig City. SC filed a motion to dismiss on the ground of lack of personality to file the action since it is a foreign corporation. Would the action prosper? What is the effect in case of a foreign corporation doing business without a license? Can that foreign corporation file an action? No. Can that foreign corporation be sued here in the Philippines? Yes. Remember that Survivor Corporation is the defendant in this case. Therefore, it can be sued here in the Philippines. Letter A. Yes, because a foreign corporation doing business without license can sue and be sued. That is wrong. Letter B. No, foreign corporation without license cannot file actions in the Philippines. This may be true, but that is not responsive to the question. Letter C. Yes, foreign corporation not doing business, or should I say yes, foreign corporation doing business without license, although cannot sue, nevertheless can be sued in the Philippines. That is correct. Letter D. No, foreign corporation without license can file actions in the Philippines. That is wrong. Our answer? Letter C. Yes, a foreign corporation doing business without license, although cannot sue, nevertheless can be sued in the Philippines. Another problem. Harvard University of Cambridge, Massachusetts, USA is internationally known as one of the leading educational institutions in the world. It came to its knowledge that its mark or logo is being used by Fredco Manufacturing Corporation as mark for its polo shirts. Consequently, Harvard instituted an action in the Philippines for infringement of trademark. Fredco argued that the personality of Harvard, considering that its mark is not registered in the Philippines, neither that the corporation has license to engage in business. Can Harvard University institute an action in the Philippines? A foreign corporation not doing business in the Philippines can sue and likewise be sued here in our country. Choices. Letter A. Yes, because Harvard University is well known and it can institute actions anywhere. That is quite vague. Letter B. No, foreign corporation without license cannot file actions in the Philippines. That is irrelevant to the question. Letter C. Yes, foreign corporation not doing business can sue and be sued in the Philippines. Perhaps that is correct. Letter D. No, the case should be brought in United States of America. Our answer? Letter C. Yes, foreign corporation not doing business can sue and be sued in the Philippines. How to apply for license to do business in the Philippines? A foreign corporation applying for a license to transact business in the Philippines shall submit to SEC copy of its articles of incorporation and bylaws, certified in accordance with law, and their translation to an official language of the Philippines if necessary. The application must be under oath. Attached to the application for license shall be a certificate under oath duly executed by the authorized official or officials of the jurisdiction of its incorporation, attesting to the fact that the laws of the country or state of the applicant allow Filipino citizens or corporations to do business therein, and that the applicant is an existing corporation in good standing. This is the proof of reciprocity and certificate of good standing. If the certificate is in a foreign language, a translation thereof in English under oath of the translator shall be attached to the application. The application for a license to transact business in the Philippines shall likewise be accompanied by a statement under oath of the President or any other person authorized by the corporation, showing to the satisfaction of the SEC and, when appropriate, other governmental agencies that the applicant is solvent and in sound financial condition. A foreign corporation applying for a license should likewise submit its financial statement as of the date not exceeding 1 year, immediately prior to the filing of the application. It must likewise attach authority from the appropriate government agency, if necessary, say in case of foreign banking, financial, and insurance corporations. If the SEC is satisfied that the applicant has complied with all the requirements of the law and other special laws, rules, and regulations, SEC shall issue a license to transact business in the Philippines to the applicant for the purpose or purposes specified in such license. Upon issuance of the license, the foreign corporation may commence to transact business in the Philippines and continue to do so for as long as it retains its authority to act as a corporation under the laws of the country or state of its incorporation, unless such license is sooner surrendered, revoked, suspended, or annulled in accordance with the law. Within 60 days after the issuance of the license to transact business in the Philippines, the licensee, except foreign banking or insurance corporations, shall deposit with SEC for the benefit of the present and future creditors of the licensee in the Philippines securities satisfactory to SEC consisting of bonds or other evidence of indebtedness. The applicant or the licensee shall likewise appoint a resident agent or representative here in the Philippines. Who can be a resident agent? A resident agent may be either an individual residing in the Philippines or a domestic corporation lawfully transacting business in the Philippines. An individual resident agent must be of good moral character and of sound financial standing. A domestic corporation serving as a resident agent must likewise be of sound financial standing and must show proof that it is in good standing as certified by the Securities and Exchange Commission. As a condition to the issuance of license for a foreign corporation to transact business in the Philippines, such corporation shall file with the Commission a written power of attorney designating a person who must be a resident of the Philippines, on whom summons and other legal processes may be served in all actions or other legal proceedings against such corporation, and consenting that service upon such resident agent shall be admitted and held as valid as if served upon the duly authorized officers of the foreign corporation at its home office. The foreign corporation shall likewise execute and file with the SEC an agreement or stipulation executed by the proper authorities of the corporation in form and substance as follows. Without prejudice to the other grounds provided under special laws, the license of a foreign corporation to transact business in the Philippines may be revoked or suspended by SEC upon any of the following grounds. Number 1. Failure to file its annual report or pay any fees as required by law. 2. Failure to appoint and maintain a resident agent in the Philippines. 3. Failure to inform the SEC of the change of resident agent. 4. Failure to submit an authenticated copy of any amendment to its articles of incorporation or bylaws, of articles of merger or consolidation. 5. Misrepresentation of any material matter in the articles of or application. 6. Failure to pay taxes, fees, imposed, assessments, or penalties. 7. Transacting outside the purpose or purposes for which such corporation is authorized under its license. 8. Transacting business in the Philippines as agent or acting on behalf of any foreign corporation not duly licensed to do business in the country. 9. And any other ground as would render it unfit to transact business in the Philippines. Can a foreign corporation withdraw its license? Yes, a foreign corporation licensed to transact business in the Philippines may be allowed to withdraw from the Philippines by filing a petition for withdrawal of license. No certificate of withdrawal shall be issued by the Commission unless the following requirements are met: that all claims which have accrued in the Philippines have been paid, compromised, or settled. All taxes, imposed, assessments, and penalties, if any, lawfully due to the Philippine government or any of its agencies or political subdivisions have been paid. And the petition for withdrawal of license has been published once a week for 3 consecutive weeks in newspaper of general circulation in the Philippines. The SEC may place the corporation under delinquent status in case of failure to submit the reportorial requirements 3 times consecutively or intermittently within a period of 5 years.
Roof off, we're gonna tear the roof off, the mother sucker. Tear the roof off, the sucker. Tear the roof off, we're gonna tear the roof off, the mother sucker. Tear the roof off, the sucker. Tear the roof off, we're gonna tear the roof off, the mother sucker. Tear the roof off, the sucker. Tear the roof off, we're gonna tear the